Dive into the world of network mastery, where MikroTik CLI holds the key to efficiency and power. Today, we're uncovering quick, impactful secrets that will elevate your networking skills. Are you ready to explore and master these essential techniques? Let's get started. To access the console, you need to log in to the router using a valid username and password. You can use different methods to log in, such as serial port, telnet, SSH, or Winbox. We discussed these methods in a previous video on MikroTik Access. Depending on the method you use, you can specify some additional login parameters after the username, separated by a plus sign. For example, if you want to log in using SSH with no colors, add the letter C to your username like so. The login parameters can be used to enable or disable various console features, such as colors, terminal window width, height, and other interface customizations. After you log in, you will see the iconic MikroTik banner, followed by the router OS version, and a direct link to the MikroTik website for additional resources. To access detailed command help, simply press F1. You may also see some other important information, such as system notes, critical log messages, license reminders, or default configuration descriptions. You should pay attention to these messages, as they may contain useful or urgent information about your router. The MikroTik command line is more than just a line of text, it's a map of your router's settings. The prompt shows you the name of the current user and the name of the router. For example, admin at my router means that you are at the top level of the hierarchy, logged in as admin and connected to a router named my router. The hierarchy is composed of menu levels and sub-levels, which group the commands by categories. For example, firewall is a sub-level of IP, where you can configure the firewall settings. As you navigate, keep in mind that the console's hierarchical menu structure mirrors Winbox. Here's an important tip about command syntax in MikroTik CLI. You can write commands by separating arguments or parameters with spaces or with a /. This flexibility allows you to adapt your command style to your preference or the specific task at hand. You can navigate through the hierarchy by typing the name of the menu level and a sub-level. For example, to move to the IP/DHCP server level, you can type IP/DHCP server. The prompt will change to reflect your new location. To move up one level, you can type 2 dots. To move back to the top level, you can type a /. You can also use / and 2 dots to execute commands from other menu levels without changing your current location. Let's ping an IP address from the IP/DHCP server level. The console uses colors to make the commands more readable and understandable. The colors indicate the type and function of each part of a command. Let's explore what means each color. Cyan color is used for menu levels and sub-levels. For example, in the following command, the words system, NTP, and server are cyan, because they are menu levels that contain the commands related to network time protocol configuration. The magenta color is used for commands, which are the actions that can be performed on the items in a menu level. The word set is magenta because it is a command that modifies the properties of an item. The green color is used for parameters, which are the names of the properties that can be modified by a command. The word enabled is green because it is a parameter that controls whether the server is enabled or disabled. Black color is used for values, which are the data that can be assigned to a parameter by a command. The word yes is black because it is a value that sets the enabled parameter to true. The colors help you to identify the parts of a command and understand their functions. Many of the menu levels operate with arrays of items, such as interfaces, routes, users, etc. For example, to see the list of interfaces, you can type interface print. You will see something like this. The first column shows the item number, which is a unique identifier for each item. The second column in this MikroTik CLI output represents the item name, which is a user-defined or system-generated label for the item. Each name provides a quick reference to the specific network interface. You can use the item name or number to refer to a specific item in a command. For example, To disable the interface named Ether2, you can type interface disable Ether2, or you can type interface disable 2. Flags represent the status of each item. Common flags include R for running, indicates the interface is active and operational. X for disabled, this shows the interface is currently disabled. S for slave signifies the interface is operating as a slave in a bonding configuration. Some general commands can be used at any menu level, such as print, set, add, remove, enable, disable, etc. Think of these commands as the basic tools in your toolbox. They can be used at any menu level, just like a hammer or a screwdriver. For example, to see the list of users, you can type user print. To change the password of a user, you can type user set password. CLI will prompt you to specify which user you wish to modify. Just like in the example with interfaces, this is done by entering the unique number assigned to the user. You can use add to create a new user or disable to disable it, and so on. Some features can help you type faster and easier in the console, such as tab completion, history, and search. Tab completion allows you to complete a word or command by pressing the tab key. For example, if you type IP and the letter F and then press tab, the console will complete the word firewall. If the input is ambiguous, the console will not autocomplete on the first tab press. For example, if you type system R and press tab and multiple commands are starting with R under system, the console won't complete it. Pressing tab again will display all possible options like resource, routerboard reboot, and reset configuration. This feature helps to quickly identify and select the right command, especially when you remember only a part of it. If you type IP and press tab twice, the console will show you the sublevels of the IP menu. History allows you to recall the previous commands you typed by pressing the up and down arrow keys. You can also edit the commands before executing them. You can launch the search function in the CLI by pressing the Ctrl+R keys on your keyboard simultaneously. This allows you to find a word or phrase in the commands that you have used before. With tab completion, history, and search, you can type faster and easier than ever before. The input modes are different ways of entering commands and data in the console, which affect how the console behaves and responds. There are 3 input modes: normal mode, safe mode, and hot lock mode. Normal mode is the default input mode, where you can type commands and press enter to execute them. The console will interpret the commands and perform the actions. To enter safe mode, you can press Ctrl+X or F4. The prompt will change to indicate that you are in safe mode. Safe mode is a special input mode where you can type commands and press enter to execute them, but the changes will not be applied permanently and will undo them if you log out or lose the connection. This mode is useful for testing commands or making temporary changes. To exit safe mode and apply the changes permanently, you can press Ctrl+X or F4 again. To leave safe mode without applying changes, simply press Ctrl+D. By doing this, you'll see that the previously deleted IP pool is now restored. To enter hotlock mode, you can press F7. The prompt will change to show an additional cursor sign, which indicates the position of the cursor. Hotlock mode is an advanced input mode, where the console will automatically complete the commands and parameters as you type them. This mode is useful for typing faster and easier, without using the tab key. Now, let's introduce a secret feature, the internal chat system. It's like a secret handshake for network admins. Let's see how it works. Start a conversation by prefixing your message with hash. It's a handy way for remotely located admins to communicate directly within the router OS CLI. Remember that mastering the MikroTik Command Line Interface opens up a world of possibilities for network management. Keep practicing, explore new commands, and embrace the power of MikroTik CLI to elevate your networking skills to the next level. Thank you for joining, and see you in the next tutorial.